is Officer Russ, attached to the Morvant Fast Station. I am the Managing Director or the Coordinator for the M4 program, just in charge of the day-to-day activities with my other instructors.
I am Firefighter Joseph. I am the physical instructor in charge of physical activity with the boys. I've been attached to the program for 1 year, and I have utilized my knowledge of physicality and how it incorporates psychology to help develop the boys not only physically but also through discipline psychologically.
Before I started a couple of years ago, just over 3 years ago, being at the station and interacting with the young males and females, we realized that the young men had issues with coping with day-to-day activities within their personal space. So we reached out to some of the parents and to some stakeholders, and we decided to start a mentorship program. So the program generally takes these young men between the ages of 12 and 14 and help them towards their path to manhood and adulthood. Right? We engage in a lot of different activities, regards to discipline, a lot of psychosocial skills, and it's basically helping them to become the best young man that they can be. The history with ChildLine. ChildLine has a history of working with the fast service through the youth club. And the youth club, not being in its greatest existence in the fast service, we decided to contact the managers of ChildLine, and we partnered on a program to teach the boys a lot more skills with regards to their psychosocial activities within the school and interacting with their peers in the greater community. ChildLine agreed to that partnership, and they developed a program where the boys are engaged with them on lectures with regards to simple things like bullying and internet protocol and abuse, and how to deal with certain issues, helping them along their journey towards manhood. Right, so ChildLine's involvement with the M4 program is critical. Right, they are or the major stakeholder when it comes to the psychosocial activities with regards to the boys. Over the history, the 2-year plus history that we have with ChildLine, for all the other intakes, we have seen the growth in the boys. We have seen boys come to us and answer specific questions with regards to topics that they have covered with ChildLine. And specifically within the last 13 weeks, we have seen young men that were introverts and so closed up when it comes to activities within the program. They have expanded, they have opened up. They have even come to us with the instructor. They seem to have a liking for some of the instructors that are attached to ChildLine, and they tend to open up to them a lot more than us. So the skills that ChildLine brings to the M4 program, as I mentioned, is critical. And we see them as a main stakeholder, one of the main stakeholders with regards to this activity and the program being successful throughout the years going forward.
We have witnessed some significant changes within the behavior of a vast majority of the boys. What I would say, there's been a range of improvements, right? For some it would be a small percentage, but for others a massive change. We've seen those who've been indisciplined become more controlled. We've seen those who've been dealing with abusive relationships at home absolutely ecstatic about the changes that they've experienced through interacting with the ChildLine representative. We've seen some of the boys be able to vent and access some of their trapped emotions. It perhaps could be explained as a radical change for a lot of them. So we would say that ChildLine has been critical in bringing some of their issues to the fore to be able to overcome these issues, and thus ChildLine is crucial to the fluent and effective running of the M4